Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired chef from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest video. In this one I'll be making this very easy to do jam and coconut dessert cake. It's very similar to my previous coconut cake, only this one is bigger and it's baked in a large flat baking tin. You can view the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on my website. I'll leave links at the end and under the video, or just click on the eye icon top right of the screen. Before I go any further, I'd like to give a quick shout out to this week's Patreon and PayPal donators, and they are John Hulse, Big Brown Tabby, Timothy Edwards, Chris Steffen, Joe Cabela, Jared Landau, Annie Oden, Linda Thompson, Thomas Cole, Dave Pettingell, and finally Tessa Gray, who I'd also like to wish a very happy 30th birthday to. Have a great day, Tessa. And once again, thank you for your continued support, everyone. It really does help keep the channel going. Like I said a moment ago, this coconut cake is larger than the last one I did. And this is the baking tin I'll be making this one in. The beauty about this is you could get 16 to 20 good portions out of it. Therefore, it's ideal for large families or parties. Or you can simply bake for the freezer, as this freezes beautifully, which I'll show you how to do nearer the end of the video. And these are the dimensions of the baking tin. It doesn't have to be exactly the same size, just somewhere in the vicinity. Make sure you grease the pan very well. I'm using lard, but you can use butter, oil or shortening. You can flour the tin too with a thin coating of flour, or cover the base of the tin with parchment paper if you wish, but I've never had a problem with this kind of non-stick baking pan. Time to preheat the oven to 170 degrees Celsius, that's 338 Fahrenheit or gas mark 4. I'm setting mine to 150 Celsius as my oven's fan assisted, and it runs about 20 degrees hotter than indicated on the dial. Right, in a large bowl, add your eggs and vanilla extract and give those a good whisk to get some air into the mix. Don't forget, you can view the ingredients list and full written method on the recipe page on the website. Now add the oil and give that a good whisk too. You can use sunflower oil or vegetable oil. I'm using sunflower in mine. Next ingredients are the desiccated coconut and sugar, and stir those in rather than beat them in with the whisk. There's already enough air in the batter now. Okay, now sift in the self-raising flour, baking powder and salt. And like the caption says, if you're using plain or all-purpose flour, you'll need to add an extra 8 grams, that's 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And that's baking powder, not baking soda. Those little hard lumps you see in the sieve are bits of baking powder. Just push them through with your fingers. Now, using a whisk, gently stir the mixture until all the ingredients are amalgamated, and be as gentle as you can or you'll end up knocking the air out of the batter. Okay, carefully scrape the batter into the prepared baking pan using a spatula. and make sure you scrape all of the batter out of the bowl. You see too many video recipes where a quarter of the ingredients ends up in a washing up sink. Now give the tin a couple of gentle taps on the bench to remove any of the larger air bubbles. Right, now get it into the preheated oven and set your timer for 45 minutes. Once the time's up, check it's done by sticking a cocktail stick in the centre of the cake. If it comes out clean, it's ready. If not, give it a few more minutes. Mine's done, so out it comes. Place it on a wire rack and let it cool for 10 minutes. Once the 10 minutes are up, you can get it out of the baking tin by using a couple of flat baking sheets as shown. And there you go, mine's popped straight out, no problem at all, and it's looking great. While it's still warm, I'll give the top a good coat of my homemade strawberry jam. If you want to know how I make it, check out my jam video. I'll leave a link in the description box or click the eye icon top right of your screen. Next, I'll sprinkle the whole of the top of the cake with desiccated coconut. You can put on as much or as little as you like. Okay, mine's completely cool now, so I've transferred it to a bright coloured cutting board so you can see it better. Right, I'll carefully portion mine out into 16 pieces, but you'd get 20 kids' portions out of this, no problem. Plan the way you're going to cut the cake by marking the top with a knife first, to get the portions as evenly sized as you can. Or, if you really want to be precise, use a rule. Now, as promised, if like me you're baking these for the freezer, the best way to freeze them is to wrap each individual piece in cling film or plastic wrap and then place all of the pieces in a large Ziploc freezer bag. They'll be okay in your freezer for up to 6 weeks. Okay, I'll try one of the middle bits for the video. We always serve this cake to our customers with our homemade custard, but for quickness I'm going to use this carton of creamy Devon custard. I believe the equivalent product for this custard in the USA is called vanilla pudding. If you want to make the custard by hand from scratch, check out my homemade egg and vanilla custard video. A link to that one will also be down in the description box. Time to get some of that hot custard on the cake and I'll give it a try. The texture of the cake is soft, it's light, it's spongy, and it smells wonderful. And oh yes, that takes me right back to my school days. It's absolutely delicious. And it's very quick and simple to make, so give it a try. I'm sure you'll love it too, and up goes a thumb for another great recipe from our work kitchens. And once again, please help support the channel by joining my Patreon appeal for as little as $2 per month, or make a one-off donation via my PayPal page. It really will help keep the channel going. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in the kitchen and bye for now.